Hey, 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 everyone. It's Isaiah. Hello, hello. Oh my God. There seems to be a storm in progress in my house. I just realized. Hello, hello. So I'm pulling cards today from my beloved Lightseers Tarot deck. So if you want a card, just give me your name in the comments and tell me about it, and I'll pull a card for you. But that's not the only thing I am doing. I am talking about the summit, the one and only summit, which I am organizing and I am the proud host of, called Women Lighting the Way. So you will find the link to register as an attendee either above the video or below, and or in the comments as well. So this is a summit that I'm really passionate about. If you're not an attendee yet, go and do it. Go and do it. This is going to be amazing. I pretty much can guarantee it's going to be amazing. So, by the way, if you're one of the summit speakers and you're listening to me right now, you can jump on this same live with me. Just say hi in the comments and I will send you a link and you can come and talk about the summit with me. Now, if you want a tarot card, anyone, just from this deck, just give me a name in the comments and say you want a card. So why am I saying that this summit is going to be amazing? So September 9th, 10th, and 11th, 13 women coming together to share their story. And it seems like one of those, oh my God, stories. And my answer would be, oh my goddess, yes, stories. So stories are the weaving of the universe, the way we experience life, death, sadness, and emotion, and joy, and grief, everything basically that we experience as human beings. And I do realize we are incarnated souls, just in case you were wondering. All of that is the thread for our stories. And again, we imagine the story and then we live it. And then we tell the story and we change it. So for me, the stories are really what create the magic in the universe. And if you look at decades or even centuries or even millennia of stories, what we call history, we realize that the stories are told always by the winners. You never have, or very seldom have, the serious story of the losers of the Battle of Waterloo, or of whichever. And on a more general basis, what that means, and this is something I'm really, really passionate about, is that the stories of women, her stories, are not told. They are not told. They remain secret, mysterious, because women have been losing, basically, in the patriarchy, their voice. And so their stories remain untold. What that means is that we don't know. We don't know today as women what we can do, basically. We don't have role models, very, very few. And those are, some of them are tokens. So we have Madame Curie. Oh yeah, we have Madame Curie. And I love her to bits, right? But still her work was completely stolen by her husband. And every story that talks about Madame Curie was not her voice. It wasn't her story. It wasn't her side of the story. It's other people telling her story. It's her husband stealing her story. It's the Nobel Committee talking about her, or other scientists or other journalists or biographers. It's not her story. I believe that the stories that we tell about our lives, so our autobiographies, if you want, and even if that means telling a story to your dear loved ones and to your family and to your friends, I'm not talking about, sharing your whole story with the world if you don't want to. But I believe that this is how we women can, first of all, create a library of stories for other women to be inspired by. It's also how we understand our own life and maybe our own lives, if you're like me and you believe in past lives and reincarnation, and the ever living soul. So the idea is that I do it for me, to understand my life, who I am, and I also do it for every other woman that comes after me. So I am enlightening my own path by investigating my story, finding the clues to who am I, and understanding the ups and downs of my life or my lives. But I also do it to lighten the way for others. Hi, Chris. If you want to come live and we can talk about the summit, you're welcome. Just tell me and I'll share the link with you. So there's so much more. Or if you want a card, Chris, I can also pull a card to you. So for me, there's so much more than just 12 stories in this summit. There is the beginning, or the second beginning, because we did one last year. So there is the beginning of a library of stories that women can now refer to. Sorry, I'm trying to write something at the same time, and that's not easy. So there's a library. We are creating a library of stories, of inspirations, of places where women can walk guided, enlightened, and we lighten the way. We light the way for them with our stories. And they don't have to be grandiose or extraordinarily sad or incredibly joyful, or hey, look, I was in rags, now I'm rich. They don't have to be that extraordinary. They just have to be authentic. They just have to be us talking about, hey, Chris. They just have to be us talking about our stories and owning them and lighting the way for others. So yeah, that's the summit. That's the summit that Chris and myself, we came up with last year. And so this is year 2. If you are not registered as an attendee, if you are not already in there sorry,
I'm trying to switch.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
I'll put you offline for what? Are you good?
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. So if you are not already registered, do it. It's free. It's 3 days. You have replays for a week, and you will be amazed at how much this openness, this authenticity changes everything, not only for the woman speaking, but for you who are listening and for all of us. You said the sentence, Chris, the other day that really hit me right in the middle of my heart. And it's, how can we, remove ourselves temporarily from the patriarchy just for enough time to feel what it is to have a woman's body, to have a woman's soul, and to have a woman's story. So yeah, that's the summit for you. If you're a man and you're interested, you're absolutely welcome. This is not women talking in between themselves. We are not recreating a secret society like you guys did for millennia, right? We are okay.
It sounds fun, though.
Have you listened to us for a while? So you're welcome to be an attendee. But I think the world needs women's voices. The world needs women's stories, and that's what we are bringing to you in less than 2 weeks. So rush and register, basically. You'll have the link above or below the video and in the comments. And if you don't find the links, just reach out and we'll send you the link. So yeah, except for that, I was also pulling some cards. So if anyone wants a card, just be my guest.
So I started
I was going to say, Chris, do you have anything?
I guess the benefits for the speaker and the benefits for the attendees.
I don't know if it's me, but the microphone seems to be going on and off.
Oh gosh, let's see.
It's like you go back and away. Sorry, but I thought that you were going to say something interesting. So I
wonder
wanted to
if it's
listen.
my camera. So you can't hear me very well?
Now I can.
Okay. So maybe I'll just stay close to my camera because maybe it's not picking up.
Okay. No? Mm-hmm. No, you're back.
That's so weird.
It goes back and forth.
Oh, well then maybe
And again, you're out.
Oops.
Sorry, guys.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Sorry
I can hear you now.
Okay, so I'll stick to my web microphone. I was thinking of the benefits. I was trying to make the list of benefits for the speakers and benefits for the listeners. And the speakers, I mean, you can't tell as it's happening, but just speaking to another woman about the condition of being a woman,
I've lost you completely. I don't know if it's me. Can you hear me? You're gone completely. I'm sorry, darling. So, in the meantime, while Chris is tackling her sound problems, hopefully you can hear me.
Okay.
And if you do,
I can hear you.
Okay. Anyone who wants a tarot card can have a tarot card anyway. But I'm afraid, Chris, you'll have to start over again because I'm afraid we were missing what you were saying. So one woman telling
your story, it just even if you're in like, don't you sometimes get emotional if a complete stranger asks you how you are? And like, if you let slip one real fact, if you bypass the
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm fine. Yeah. And you actually share a piece, like you can feel that, right? And sometimes, you get emotional because nobody has asked, although, even though you're reluctant to share. But the speakers get to control their story and control their narrative and share it. And then listeners find out that they're not alone. Like it's so easy to look out at everyone else and think, oh, she's got it made, or she's totally organized. She's got her shit together. But, there's usually a different story. And besides not feeling alone, when we share these stories, we give other people some hope and some direction, just a possibility. And because we're so often so narrow.
As I was saying earlier on, this idea of a library of stories that, that you can then pick and choose from, which men are lucky enough to have. We have men writers, we have politicians, we have philosophers, we have warriors, stories, all these stories. For women, most of the stories are she was a good mother.
Right.
Well, so I think that, we need an array of the most bizarre, mundane, classic, extraordinary, sad, happy, and just basically all different stories so that every woman can allow for her own story to be told as well.
And everyone has such a unique story, but at the same time, there's so many similarities. And it just occurred to me when you were talking that it's only been in the last 100 years that we could actually claim our own stories. I mean, how many women had to use a men's pen name to get a story printed, produced?
For heaven's sake, up to 1974, and yes, I'm going to say that again. Up to 1974 in Switzerland, women could not have a bank account.
Oh, Right.
So they could not have a salary. Their salary was sent to their husband's bank account.
Right.
Sorry,
And
I'm going to have to pull a couple of cards for
yeah,
some people who want cards.
you
Which
should.
and Bernadette wants a card, and she said at some point I could write a book with the life I had.
Right.
And Virginie adds, "Do it, Bernadette," and I agree. Just go and do it. And it doesn't matter if it's a struggle or if it's not. It doesn't matter if it's happy or if it's grandiose or not. The idea is write it just
Right.
for yourself. And one of our speakers this year in the summit, the amazing Tracy Kissoon, is talking about the fact, and this is going to blow your mind, ladies and Chris. I don't know if you've listened to the preview of Tracy's talk, but one of the things that she insists on is that when we write our story, words and all the struggles and all the fun and everything, we actually rewire our brain for different things. So, it's like not only is it useful on a metaphysical general thing, but it's also crazy useful for our own body functions. So this is blowing my mind. Okay, I do have to pull cards, Chris, because I promised, and then so if you want to stay, you can. If you want to leave, you can. Whatever you want, or you can come back later.
I have a card deck.
We can pull cards together. Yeah. So for now, yes, journal, Bernadette, exactly. So for now, sorry. What was I going to say? If you're not an attendee to the free Women Lighting the Way Summit, click on the link. It's in the comments. It's also above or below the video, wherever you're watching, and register and come and listen to these women. And let me pull a few cards. So we have Bernadette, we have Virginie, then we have Jasmine and Annette.
Hey, so Bernadette, I wrote a book about just one little part of my life, and it was 90 pages long. I put it on Kindle. It's on Amazon. You can do it. You really can.
Oh, yes, you can. Bernadette, look, the image on your card has got a book. So this is the Page of Swords. So the swords in the tarot are one of the suits that are connected with the element of air and with everything that is of our brain, of our thoughts. And the page, look at her. She is juggling so many thoughts. She has so many ideas, and she's reading at the same time, and she is maybe slightly overdoing it, maybe slightly, walking this very, very thin plank there, which might end up in a catastrophe because she is trying to juggle everything. So the invitation of the page is, it's so great that you have so many things and so many ideas, and please don't bin them, but watch out for the overdrive. Watch out for not trying to juggle too much. And remember that in life in general, less is more. And if you can focus on one of these ideas and write a book about it, it might be a way out of your struggles or wherever you are. But as long as you want to hold all of them, like the page is trying to never let go of anything, she's doing this and that and the rest, and holding everyone else's problems, just as you were mentioning in the comments, this is usually a dead end. It's usually really a dead end and a very dangerous place to walk, because there's a lot. So yeah, the suggestion is let go of some, but please, please, please do use some of those. AV, I'm going to answer that very, very fast. I am not answering questions about other people. You are asking, how does your love interest feel about you? I have no idea. I have no idea. You neither. The easiest way is to just ask. Go and ask him or her. So yeah, I'm sorry, but that's the fact. Virginie wanted a card as well. Hey love, haven't seen you for a long time. We usually speak French with Virginie, so I hope you understand the English. I'm going to go slow, or maybe let me do that one in French, for you guys. Salut Virginie. Donc, je vais le faire en français parce que ça va les faire marrer les anglophones. Allez, c'est parti. Donc, tu as le page des pentacles ou des deniers. Donc, les pentacles ou les deniers, c'est tout ce qui est trucs matériels, l'argent, les maisons, le travail. Et là, il s'agit d'ancrer tout ça dans le sol et de planter. Vraiment, tu vois, ça ne se voit pas, mais elle a une toute petite racine qui est plantée dans le sol. Et donc, l'invitation, c'est vraiment de trouver cette force et cet équilibre pour planter tes projets matériels dans le monde et de ne pas t'inquiéter. Tout va se faire en temps et en heure et de manière positive à condition que tu ancres, comme on dit en anglais, grounding is key at this moment. Voilà. Et c'est aussi le moment où on plante, c'est aussi des nouveaux commencements. Donc, new beginnings are around for you, Virginie. Okay, let me stop the the double standards here and go back to English. Oh, that's fun, Virginie. Yay. I might see you this weekend. I might be coming to the... Do you know what music is on at the pub, Virginie? If you do, please send me information. Sorry. Having a complete general conversation here. Jasmine, yes, you may ask a question if it's about you. If you want a card without a question, I can do that as well. Annette, let me pull a card for you. If anyone else wants a card from the Light Seers Tarot deck, please go and do that and ask with your name in the comments. Hey, Chris, I bought myself another deck last week. So I bought the Muse Tarot, which is by the same Chris Ann, that the Light Seers Tarot deck. And I don't like it.
Oh, bummer.
It's beautiful, but it's not my deck. It's really beautiful, but it's not my deck.
I bought Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light deck, and I just didn't connect, and I gave it to a friend of mine.
This one?
Yes, that one.
This one is one of my best ones. I can't have enough of this. It's interesting how we do or not.
Yeah, you pick it up, and I think, oh man, why did I give that away? But yeah, sometimes it just doesn't click.
Yeah, but
right?
if you don't connect, you don't connect, and it doesn't mean that it's a bad oracle or it's ugly or something. It's just not your deck.
Yeah,
not your deck. No, at this minute, the Work Your Light is doing really, really good for me. Really good.
Nice.
So, sorry, Ave, who was it? Oh, gosh. So many comments. Annette, yes, thank you. Annette Morris. So, Jasmine, again, if you want a card, ask for a card. If you have a question and you want a card, ask the question. So, Annette, the King of Cups. So the cups are all about emotions and all about the water element. So obviously there's cups, right? And as you see, this is the meditating king, sorry. So he is now to the point where he can master his emotions, not as in control, but as in let them flow through him. He can... And you can harness this energy of, I allow my emotions to come through me. I close my eyes and look at my inner world and own my stories and my emotions, but not by trying to control them, by just giving them permission to exist. So it's all about emotional intelligence and experience in emotional turmoils or emotional managing and emotion management, I guess you would say. Now, if we're talking for a shadow side, and he's a leader, sorry, I forgot that. And he's a leader, but one of those leaders, and that's also an inspiration for you, Annette, maybe, one of those leaders who do not go with the young masculine energy of let's do this and giving orders and creating structure, but leading with emotional intelligence. And so that may be a tool that is available to you. If we're looking for shadow sides in tarot cards, there's always a shadow side. So what I do is I go and read in the book, and there's a list of shadow seers sides, and one connects with you when I read it. So I think it's going to be Drama Queen. So maybe, Annette, come back to the position of feeling the emotions is something, over expressing them is not managing them. It's just losing control of them, kind of. And so where are you? It feels like I need to say that, so I'm going to say it. I hope it makes some sense for you, because it doesn't for me. It feels like you would like to be taken seriously in your emotions, and so you exaggerate them when you express them. And it's like, if I just say I'm sad, nobody's going to care. If I scream and shout and cry out loud, then people are going to take me seriously. And I urge you not to, because if we exaggerate our emotions when we express them, we then feel them more. And then the sadness or the anger or whatever is increased in our system, which is never a good idea. So I hope that makes sense for you, Annette.
So I'm going to let you pull cards. I'm going to jump off as and get ready for
yeah, sure.
Call. It's in
sure.
an hour.
Yes, it is in an hour. Something completely different. But yeah, so Chris and myself, we're, Anne, I'll be right there. Chris and myself, we are hosting an amazing summit. It's called Women Lighting the Way. If you are not an attendee yet, it's now. Go and get in there. This is going to blow your head off. It's, yeah, in a few days. I don't know exactly, because I'm not good at math, but in a few days.
I'm sorry.
Come in and join us.
School starts in 8 days. It's in +3, 11 days. There we go.
Okay, 11 days, a magic number. So yeah, come and join us and be inspired by other women's stories. Because this is how we open up to writing our own story and to changing our own stories. And if I change my story, then I help change the story of women around the world. Thank you, Chris, for being the co-host of this amazing summit. I'll see you around. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody.
So Annette says, thank you. All makes sense to me. I'm so happy. It doesn't to me. That's what happens. I pull cards and then the whole thing makes sense for the person, but not for me. I feel called to say things, so I say them, and then we make sense of it. Anne, you wanted a card as well. So if anyone else wants a card, I'll be here for another minute or two. From the Light Seers Tarot, just give me your name in the comments, and I will pull a card for you. So your card seems to be hiding, and just give me a sec. I'm shuffling and shuffling, but it doesn't appear. Oh, there it is. Voila. So you have a cup card as well. So the cups are the suit of emotions connected with the element of water, and they're all the issues that are around our emotions. And the 7 is a magic spiritual number. So you would, of course, imagine, and you would be right, that the 7 of Cups is kind of a bridge between emotional management and emotional understanding and spirituality. So this guy here has got so many bowls or cups, and he doesn't know which one. And what is he doing? What is he doing? He's doubting himself. So instead of trusting his gut, his spiritual inspiration of which is this bowl, he then involves his emotions in there, and he gets confused. Should I choose this one? But if it's wrong, how will I feel? And is this one better? And how will I feel if I pick this one? And then he gets in his head with all these feelings, and instead of just going for it. So for me, the 7 of Cups is very often a card that reminds us that if there are many choices, it doesn't mean that we have to analyze or feel all of the choices. Your husband, oh, that's interesting. So, and get lost in the choice. There is the often, very often, this card is asking for the person who gets the card. So for you, not for your husband, right? To, how can I say this? Move forward, even though you don't know where you're going. So it's about trusting that you are going there, and let go of the indecision or the double guessing yourself, and allow for things to unfold in a magical way, and trust your gut, basically. And if you think that this card has a connection with your husband, then maybe it's about trusting him. I don't know. That's, that you have to ponder on your own. So again, for anyone who wants a card from the Light Seers Tarot, just give me your name in the comments. If you are not registered for the Women Lighting the Way Summit, please do so. You will find the link above or below in the comments, or above and below the video. Just 1 second, Anne. I'm reading your comments, and you're saying he's lost at the moment. This was not a card for your husband. This was a card for you. So I would not recommend taking this literally as this is about him. I don't know if I hope that it makes sense. If you want to have a card pulled for your husband, first of all, I would recommend that he would be there, and he would be willing. And then it's different, I usually think that we have very often a desire to help. We think we can have answers from spirit, from source, from wherever, for other people's questions, but sometimes we are mistaking the question. The answers are always right, but the questions are always your own and never somebody else's. If that somebody else wants an answer, they need to have their own questions. And sometimes we can regret you saying you're spiritual and your husband is not. He's not in the way that you are. Neither is my husband, by the way. And I had to make friends with that and just decide that he was making his own way, and I can't walk his path and he can't walk mine. But maybe we can still walk together, or alongside each other. But I would trust that if somebody is lost, they will find their way. All my love, Anne. I know that it's sometimes very difficult to be walking alongside somebody who feels lost. All my love, all my lost. Oh, sorry, all my love. And if this card is for you and not for your husband, then remember the first message: trust your gut. So whatever feels right for you to do, just do it, and that will be the best for the relationship as well. Hi, Nicola, or Nicola. I don't know how you pronounce it. I hope I'm not offending you by not knowing. I am well. I wouldn't say I'm well. I'm going through a huge up-leveling, transition, spiritual shift, whatever you want to call it, but I'm good. And I will pull a card for you, absolutely. Don't control, Anne. Don't control. Let it go. Trust, trust, trust. Oh, thanks for the Reiki. Always good. Energy has been crazy the last week. You don't even Don't even. It's been out of this world, for me at least. So let's go, Nicola. If anyone else wants a card from the Light Seers Tarot deck, just give me your name in the comments and I will pull one for you. There's your card, Nicola. So you got Arcana. So in the tarot, there are 22 cards called the major arcana, and they usually signify that something major is in the cards, basically, for you. So it can be either that it's going to take longer, so it's not just a card for today, for this afternoon, and it can be, so it can be for a few weeks or months, even sometimes years, or it can be some kind of a deep issue, or a deep situation. So it's not, it's a little more intense, let's say, when you pull a major arcana. And you got number 12, which is called the Hanged Man. Here it's a hanged woman. But anyway, the DA is the same. And there's only one clear message about this card that comes, that I received for you, and it's change perspective. How about you look at the world from a different place? So it can be from a place that somebody else's ideas, somebody else's situation, or it can be just you moving your body physically, just like reverse, or your mental perspective, and see what's happening. When we look at the world differently, not only do we see things differently, but things change, because, as you know, we create our own reality. So if I look at the world from a different place, what I see is not the same world, thus I create a different world. And so that is also a surrendering to the cosmos, to the universe. It's like, if I allow for my perspective to change, I surrender to whatever's going to happen, and I surrender to everything changing, to everything being different. But to do that, you need to be hanged. So you need the pause. You need to stop. So to allow anything to get in, you need a change of perspective, and that means stopping for a while. So there's also an invitation of a little readjustment pause, let's put it this way, so that the world can adjust to you, to your new point of view. If we're looking for a shadow aspect to this card, for you, it feels like there might be a part of you that is holding on to something that isn't meant for you anymore. So I don't know if that is professionally or personally, but there is something that needs or is calling for attention to be let go, to be, it's not aligned with you now, and it needs to be said goodbye to. That's what the word that comes to me. I hope it makes sense for you, Nicola. I only said today I'm going to do things from a different way. Hey, yeah, you are too. But to do that, again, you need the pause. You need the readjustment, time of changing position. And don't rush into that. Remember to let go of the things you don't need anymore, and then you can take this pose. My pleasure. I'm glad it makes sense. And you were saying beautiful cards. Yes, let me promote this deck, which I love to bits. So it's a deck created by a wonderful artist called Chris-Anne. She not only did the artwork on it, but also the text. So it's one of those really creators decks. It's called the Light Seers Tarot, and the creator is called Chris-Anne. She has many decks that she created. This one, for me, is just something else. I can't say more than that. They are, for me, ever since I found this deck, I have difficulty finding another one that I love as much, and I always come back to this one. It's just like they are talking to me, or at least they seem to have words on them. I can read what they tell me. So, and I highly, highly, highly recommend them. They are absolutely magic. Plus, which is, a nice feature, there's a lot of gorgeous men drawings. So, yes, it's okay to have paper crush. Why not? Why not? Okay, so I had another message there. Just give me a minute from somebody. Let me find that. If anyone wants a card from the Lightseer Tarot, just give me your name in the comments, and I will pull a card for you. So, Jaspreet, I cannot answer this question. Again, for people who are asking questions about, so let me explain again how I think tarot works. Tarot for me is an intuitive, energetic thing. I can feel what energy is available to you at any given moment. What there's around you, what you can do, what you can harness, what is the position that would be the more beneficial for your highest good. Two things that I cannot do and I won't do, it's not that I cannot, maybe I could, but I'm not interested, is tell you the future. Why? Because I will stand up until the day I die on the position that we are the creators of our lives, that we manifest our lives every day by our thoughts, our emotions, and our desires. And so the future is changeable, because if I change my thoughts, my emotions, and my desires, then my future changes. So there is no way I'm going to ever read the future for you. That's the one thing that I'm not doing. I'm doing energetic, intuitive tarot. And the other thing that I will never do is read for other people. So when you ask me, when will this person do this or that? This is you wanting to know somebody else's future. I think ethically, I have to remain very, very far away from that. So Jaspreet, I'm sorry, but I have no answer for that question. I can nonetheless pull a card for you if you want about the energy that is available for you and the position that you can hold. That's the only thing that I can do. And you're asking for guidance, I can give you guidance. Sorry, just give me a minute. My internet seems to have a nervous breakdown right now. Sorry, I can't read the comments again. V. Hernandez, I've just literally explained why I will not answer your question. I can give you guidance, but I cannot give an answer to that question for the exact reasons that I've just explained. So hopefully you've heard them. If you haven't, you're welcome to listen to the replay. I do not do future predictions, and I do not do, I do not do other people's. So does somebody else miss you? I don't know. And the best way to find out for you is to ask him or her. So, Preet, you got the 4 of Cups. So cups are emotions, and the 4 is the foundation. So there's something broken around the way that you manage your emotions. And for me, here she is. So she is the 4 of Cups, and she's very, very, very not watching what's happening. Can you see her face? She is literally pouting. She is not happy, right? And she is not seeing anything around her that is there for her. So she has a blue sky. She has a field. She has an amazing tree. She has a beautiful rainbow light of energy coming in. Ignores it completely. She has 4 bowls. All of them are filled with things, liquids and fun stuff to eat maybe, or energy. Completely ignores all of that. Ignores the field. Ignores the blue sky. Ignores the tree. Is unhappy. Wants something different. Wants something more. So this card is what I call the invitation to gratitude. Can you please spend every day some time and energy to acknowledge and be thankful and grateful for everything that you have at this moment, and things that you don't have and that you would hope to have will come. First, we have to be grateful, and that's true for everyone at every moment. First, we have to remember gratitude. We have to remember that we are in a position. If you're looking at me and hearing me pull cards, you have the internet, you have a computer or phone. You can hear me, so you have ears, you have eyes, all these amazing things that we take for granted all the time, and we want more and more and more, and we don't see what we already have. If we don't, gratitude is step one of the law of attraction. If I don't see and acknowledge what I have, I will never ever have more. That's a fact of life. And I'm being blunt, and I'm really sorry, Jaspreet, to be kind of blunt about this, but it's really the way it works. That's the way the universe works. Gratitude is step one. So what can you say every day? Can you take a piece of paper every day and write down 10 things that you're grateful for every day? Every day. And feel the feeling of gratitude. Feel it in your heart. Put your hand on your heart. You can do it now. Put your hand on your heart. Think about one thing that you have in your life, or one person that you have in your life, and you're so grateful for them. That would be, at this minute, for me, that would be the rain. It's just started raining. It hasn't rained for over a month here. And the rain is bringing some freshness and some water to the plants which have been very, very dry. Here, I live in the south of France, and I feel so grateful for this rain. I can feel how much relief for nature this rain is bringing. And I can feel the joy of nature. And if I can feel this gratitude for the rain, then I can start, seeing also what's in it, what more is there in life that I'm grateful for, and add to that, and then I'll start feeling happy, and then happier things will come to me. Hope that it makes sense, Preet. Sorry. Then we have V. So you wanted guidance as well. I think you're going to be almost my last, unless somebody else wants a card. Then this will be my last call from the Light Seers Tarot deck. Now, if you want to be inspired by 12 amazing women sharing their story, you can register for free to the Women Lighting the Way Summit. Above or below the video is a link, or in the comments you will find the link. And register for free and come to listen to these women's stories. They will surely inspire you and open up this little door, or this little window in our heads and our hearts, that will change our lives. I'm so excited for that. It's the second year that we're doing this with my bestie, Chris Wallace, and I've had my heart cracked open now so many times by listening to those talks, and I'm really, really excited to share them with the world. So, sorry, V. So guidance. There you are. Ooh. So another cup card, which is very, I must say, it's very frequent when we are trying to guess everybody else's emotions or feelings. Like you were asking more or less if somebody misses you or something. And very often what we get is an emotion card. So what we get is a reflection of the thing. So the card comes basically to ask you, what do you feel? So you got the 5 of Cups, and it's another kind of gratitude card as well. What is happening here is she is looking at this black pit, and she is sending energy to that. Can you see this thing? So instead of contemplating the night sky, the beauty that is behind her, she is looking downwards, and she is sending energy to the darkness. This is an invitation to choose differently. This is an invitation to focus on the light, so on the stars behind her, and not on the darkness. To focus your attention, your love, your energy on the light. I would, if I was remembering exactly, I would quote Martin Luther King, who said something like, "Only in the light can shadows disappear, never in the darkness." So in this card, there's a strong invitation to change your focus. I'm not saying that crap is not happening. I'm just saying that we always have a choice of what to focus on and where to bring our energy. And that is what is going to, in return, come back to you, basically, right? Because if you focus on the crap, guess what? Law of attraction, more crap. If I focus on the dark, guess what? More dark. If I focus on the light, and so the idea is to focus on the light, even if it's behind you, or even if it's tiny, tiny like these stars, or very far away, because it can be a difficult moment for you at this time, V. It doesn't mean that it's going to be forever. And it starts to be a moment now where you are choosing whether you're going to move on or not. And so there is an invitation to see or to search your soul. Are you maybe not letting go of some past trauma that is there, but you're still holding on to it as maybe a justification of who you are or what you're doing? And there's a strong invitation there to focus on the light and let go. Let go of the past trauma, of the past situations that hurt you. And I'm not, let me be very clear, I'm not denying that you might feel pain, grieving, suffering, whatever it is. I'm just saying it's your choice now to change the focus and see what's happening. I hope that makes sense. I'm sending all my love to you, V, because I think you need it right now. You need some more love. And so I have some for you, but you can also find your own self-love and walk towards the light. I hope that makes sense, V. If anyone else wants a card from the Light Seers Tarot, this is my absolute last call for tonight. I'm going to wrap it up in a very few minutes. So if you want a card, it's now. Let me remind you one last time, Women Lighting the Way. This is the Bomb Summit that we are hosting in less than 2 weeks with my bestie, Chris Wallace. 12 women, 3 days, free replays for a week. The whole thing is free anyway. Free replays for a week, 12 stories that will crack your heart open, make you laugh, cry, and understand the power of owning our own stories, of owning who we are. And that is the way that will literally lighten the way for ourselves and for other women. Yes, it sounds amazing, Anne, and guess what? It is amazing. It's the second year that we do that. Last year we had our oh, hi Mac. Oh, you're on YouTube. Sure. I will pull a card for you, and then that'll be my last one. But yeah, last year we had our, we were so impressed by these women. And this year I've started listening to her talks, and they are out of this world. So really, go and register for the Women Lighting the Way Summit. You will find the link in the comments above the video or below. So one card for Mac, and then I'm off. The Angelic Mirror. Oh, that's beautiful. I didn't know that you called yourself that. So you got the Two of Pentacles. So Pentacles are the suit of the tarot that are linked with everything that is material, that is concrete, that you can touch, feel, and touch and feel. So we're talking homes, houses, jobs, money, school, everything that is literally of the material world. And the two is a number of duality. So there is an invitation here. And look at her. She is juggling. She's juggling two things, one that is really a concrete handbag and the other one that seems to be ethereal. So there's an invitation there in the Two of Pentacles to balance, to find the balance between spiritual and material, between obligations, between different aspects of the self, between different aspects of your business, maybe if you have a business. So there's an invitation to find harmony. And as you can see, she has her eyes closed. So the juggling does not need to be a thinking process. It's more of a feeling process. Can you give yourself permission that you can find the balance and the equilibrium, trusting that you can do that you have the ability. You don't need to second guess yourself or think it over. It's just about owning it. If we are talking about shadow side of this card, the thing that jumped to me was a need to prioritize. So decide what's important for you today, and do that. And don't overthink it. Don't don't go into overdrive thinking, doubting whether it's the good one or not. If you feel that this is the thing for you to proceed in order to walk towards more balance and more equilibrium, just do that. And then do another one. So I hope it makes sense, Mac. I thank you very much for asking for a card. I'm going to come live most days and up until the summit in less than 2 weeks to remind you of the summit, to remind you also to tell your friends. And I'm going to be pulling cards most days because I feel that I like doing that and it's good. And so I hope to see you around. If you are a speaker of the summit and you want to come live with me, just send me a little message and I will invite you to the live. So for today, lots of love and see you tomorrow maybe. Bye.